We're back with more Detective Pikachu for the Nintendo Switch. Welcome to episode 2. Yeah, we're back with episode 2. Yeah, and we're just gonna jump right into the episode. We interrupt your scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Well, what's going on?
According to amateur footage,
We know her from the first game. Yeah.
appear to have caused an explosion. This explosion occurred in the mountain range northeast of Rhyme City.
Okay.
This may be related to the
YouTube.
recent uptick in incidents involving Pokemon. Rhyme City Police and the newly established Pokemon Protection Bureau are investigating.
Yes.
Amelia Christie signing off.
Yeah, we know her from the first game.
Hey, Tim, did you catch that?
I hope that incident doesn't have anything to do with Dad.
Same here.
Mewtwo told me 2 years ago. Dad's alive, and we'll be able to find him as long as we don't give up.
Yeah, Mewtwo is still our only connection to finding Harry.
Whispering to Pikachu, are you? You're just like your father, talking to Pokemon like that.
Oh, really?
Hopefully, I can do one more episode after this.
The R incident.
It's been 2 years since the art incident. Since then, we saw all kinds of cases. Mayor even gave us an award for it. Can still talk to Pikachu and understand him. If the two of us keep solving cases together,
I'm sure we'll find my dad.
I'm sure we'll find my dad someday. Yeah, for Albedo kids, I just recorded that. I accidentally clicked on the whatever. It's whatever. Stupid. Yeah, the day after the ceremony. We're at Rhyme City, yeah! So I forgot to mention, these episodes are going to be about 30 to 40 minutes, just so you guys understand.
Whoa.
Like I did say on the first episode, if you want to see the full 4-hour live stream, go check my main channel out. If not, go watch these episodes on this channel. So,
Sounds like a pain to clean up.
Yep. The sweet smell of coffee is calling my name.
It's the perfect Pikachu bait.
I didn't realize that. Frank Holiday.
Inspector Holiday, did you finally find my dad?
Sorry. No. I'm here on a different case. We've received reports of a jewel theft. Could you lend me a hand with this one?
Of course.
The incident occurred at the dentist residence, the mansion down the street. Sorry, but Brad is waiting for me. I'll go ahead and meet up with you there. So much for my coffee.
So Pikachu, let's go. Okay, let's go Pikachu. Wow, what a reference. We had there's been a lot of references to from Pokemon, the actual Pokemon main series game. I don't know if it's intentional enough, but whatever. Wait a second, Tim. What for? There's no need to rush. Gotta be calm and hurry if you want to do your best investigating. Yeah, I guess that's true. Pikachu's a real talkative Pokemon. If you see this Pikachu icon in the left corner of the screen, you can press the right button to chat with him. Sometimes Pikachu will try to get your attention, and a Pikachu icon will bound to let you know he wants to talk. If you see this icon, press the right button to hear what Pikachu has to say. Okay. Hey, don't ignore me. I'm not ignoring you. I'm right here, dude.
I know we need to hurry, but would it really hurt if we relaxed a bit? For instance... Oh, here's a good idea. You could listen to some sage advice from a great detective like me. Okay.
Oh, but Holiday's waiting. We better go join him. So what I did was, I think I can run now. Yeah, wee!
Tim!
I appreciate you coming on such short notice, Tim. This way, the crime took place at the tenant's residence up ahead. Let's go, run! We're clicking the ZR button. That's so good. Go in your settings, you can change that. Whee!
Well, 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 if it isn't the great
Who's this
detectives.
blonde haired guy that is in a blue? Fred McMaster, Rhyme City Police Lieutenant, and Minitrick. Okay. It's been a while, Brad. I see you're on the case too. I suppose that means you are as well. Your private detectives do love sticking your noses into every little thing. If Dennis hasn't requested you personally, I'll be asking you to leave right now. Yep, he's still a jerk. Was he in the first game? I don't remember that. Him in the first game that well. I think he's still holding a grudge from the last time we showed him up. I think that's the reference to the first game. He says no funny business. Sheesh, no wonder you two are partners. It's enough, Brad. We're going to conducting this investigation together. This is the scene of the crime, right? Yes, this mansion belongs to Sanjeev, then is a jeweler. Okay. Then his residence. Mr. Dennis is one of the wealthiest men in Rhyme City. Under normal circumstances, a civilian like yourself would never have the opportunity to meet him. Make sure you don't do anything to offend him, or I don't get in the way or our investigation either. And he just got to get a dig in somewhere, doesn't he? Hey Tim, come inside. The missing jewel.
I see.
All right, Tim. Mr. Dennis is waiting for you in the room to the right. Thanks, Inspector Holiday. I can run. Whee! Enough fooling around.
Oh, Tim, I've been waiting for you.
Sanjeev Dennis, the jeweler, and growled at. My name is Sanjeev Dennis. I'm a jeweler, and this is my partner growled at. I'm Detective Tim Goodman, and this is my partner Pikachu. Sorry to jump right into it, but can you please tell us what you know about the incident? What the crime that took place?
Oh,
A person's jewel was stolen while I was out of the house. It's called the Aurora drop. It's a very rare jewel indeed. The Aurora drop? What a mysterious name, magical evening. The thief injured one of my main staff members and made off with the jewel. Got a noted testimony. Yeah, in our notebook. Thankfully, my staff members' injuries were minor, and yet there's something sticking out to as odd. Well, the police are treating my trusted butler as the prime suspect. They think the butler did it? Could you tell me a bit more about the stolen jewel? Looks like this. Most gemstones must be cut and polished into the beautiful jewels. But the Aurora drop is said to have natural formed in its shape. The way it shined looked a bit like in a Aurora. Yes, that's precisely how it got its name. The Aurora drop has been in the subject of many a tale, but it thought to be nothing more than fiction. Even amongst us jewelers for the longest time, we called it the jewel of legend. Well, he wasn't kidding when he called it precious. Guess it's no surprise that someone wanted to steal it. Definitely sounds valuable. Where would where were you displaying it? I kept it in security locked with a special reinforced case inside my jewel storage room. There are locks on both storage room doors and the reinforced case. And yet, despite all that security, it still got stolen. Well, your trusted butler. You mentioned that the police already have a suspect. Yes, they believe that the thief is my own trusted butler, Barnes. Why do they think that? Because Barnes and I are the only people who can access the key to the storage room. What's keeping someone else from getting to it? The key is always kept around Corrales' neck. Anyone but Barnes or myself attempts to take it from her, Growlithe would start barking. My Growlithe is very loyal Pokemon. She would never allow it to keep the key to be taken by a stranger. Don't see any key around Growlithe's neck right now. The police think Barnes took it. That would be certainly make sense, assuming Barnes is the culprit. Mr. Dennis, if it's possible, I'd like to talk with Barnes. He's currently being questioned by the police, but you don't believe Barnes is the thief, is that correct? I've known Barnes since we were young. He worked in his home for years and he has served us well. Certain that he would never steal from me, and I can only possibly imagine him hurting anyone. You're saying Barnes didn't do it, and the real culprit is still at large. That's right, someone else must have stolen the jewel. Please help me prove that Barnes is innocent. Ah, that's why he called us here, to clear his butler's name. Better talk to Barnes later. So finding the Aurora job and clearing Barnes of suspicion, those are the two things he called us here to do. Could you please? You're the only ones I can count on. Our job is to investigate the case and reveal the truth. We won't know if Barnes is innocent until we look into this more. Yeah, the police must have at least have some reason to suspect him. We know, but we'll do what we can. If that's acceptable to you, we can take the case. That's more than acceptable. Thank you, Tim. Great. In that case, may I start investigating the scene of the crime? Of course, the jewel storage room is upstairs. I know you won't let me down. Wait a second, Tim. There's something I want to start. I want to try starting with this case. Something you want to try? Yeah, a case notebook. The writer from Detective Journal swore by it. Detective Journal is that the magazine you always reading, right? Yeah, that's the one. He researched the most efficient way for detectives to organize their case notes. The solution they came up with was a case notebook. Sounds intriguing. How does it work? I'm getting to there. First, open up your notebook. X. Okay. First, let's write in the notebook any burning questions that arise while we are investigating. We'll summarize the testimony and evidence that we gathered during our investigation on the page below. The stolen jewel. After we collected enough testimonies and evidence, the begin deducing option will appear. When you select this, we can start deducing the answer to our questions. We don't have enough testimonies or evidence right now, but once we do, we'll be able to start deducing. I guess actually using the notebook is our best approach. So Tim, what do we have to do right now? We have to collect testimonies and gather evidence to figure out the jewel was stolen, how the jewel was stolen. To do that, we first need to investigate the scene of the crime. That's right, let's go check out this jewel storage room. Go upstairs. This is the storage room, the scene of the crime. This is the storage room. The jewel storage room has been left exactly as it was at the time of the incident. Inspector Holiday already phoned me in. Please go right ahead.
Yes.
Thank you. Wow, I can't even speak today. Jewel storage room. Look at that. What is it, Pikachu? I checked out the door, but there are no signs of forced entry. And we can fairly certain that the thief used a key to get in. According to Dennis, this room was where the Aurora drop used to be. Let's take a closer look. Where's my mouse? Yeah, alright, my mouse is being weird. Investigate. This area looks more disturbing than the rest. Let's start investigating. We might find a clue. Alright, don't let any details slip past you, Tim. Okay. Let's see where should we start. Let's see where should we look first. I can't. I'm over here. Yeah.
Hey, Tim. Check it out. Looks good, huh?
What? Why?
Disguises are a key part of detective work, you know.
Yeah, that's just stupid and
Whatever.
goofing off.
Off and investigate.
What's going on here?
He clearly doesn't appreciate my art.
Oh,
Perhaps I need to
Pikachu.
give him a little more training.
Okay. There's some cotton on the ground. It looks really fluffy and soft. Got cotton in our notebook. What's a bunch of cotton doing in here? That looks like a part of the jewel case. Based on the shape, do you think the top half of the case was cut off? Yeah, looks like that way. It's a really clean cut. Another clue in our notebook. Slicing it must take in one silly sharp blade. I doubt a human could pull that off. Here, a blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belonged to was in this room? Maybe it's from a Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. The base of the jewel case is firmly fixed to the floor. Can't move the base, doesn't look possible. The jewel case is still locked. Another clue! Like Dennis said, the jewel in the case was stored under lock and key. And the key to the case is different key than the one to the jewel room door. I wonder who has the key then.
Right.
We covered everything I was wondering about. Any else questions you want to check? This is the case that only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the Aurora drop. The edge looks like it was sliced clean, like with a blade. What blade could slice this cleanly though? Touch sturdy jewel case. Don't see anything worth investigating.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's start deducing. You probably figure out how the culprit stole the jewel by now, hey? Alright, select begin deducing in your case notebook. Okay, let's begin deducing.
Okay.
We have a few possible theories. Which do you think is right? Is it the culprit opened the case and stole the jewel? The key. The culprit unlocked the case to the jewel. The culprit hasn't actually stolen the jewel yet. It's this one, right?
Okay.
Yep, it is. Good job. From what we've seen of the crime scene, you can tell that the jewel case was sliced open. After that, the Aurora drop was removed from the case and taken away. Right, and we saw that the jewel case was still locked, but suppose that claim. Still need to investigate more to determine how the case was sliced open, but at least now we know how the thief got their hands on the Aurora drop. Yeah, we made it our first step forward. Oh yeah!
Okay.
You understand how to use the case book now? Yep, once I got some evidence, I start deducing. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel like. Okay. After investigating the scene, we now know what the crime was carried out. We can determine the culprit sliced open the case and took the jewel from inside. But there's one thing that's strange. Oh yeah. Yeah, think Tim, what's strange about the way the crime was committed? The storage room was locked. The jewel was stolen in this room. The glass was cut clean, but the door wasn't. Yeah, the third one. The the door the door to the storage room was open with a key, but the jewel case was still locked with it. It was sliced apart. That's right, so that means the thief had only one of the keys in the room to the storage room. They didn't have the key to the jewel case. According to Mr. Dennis, he and Barnes can access the storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it's best if we could talk to Barnes himself, but he's still being questioned. Need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. Right, after we wrap up here, let's go ask him. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I'm just... yeah. Sorry, I just... whatever. Sorry I couldn't stay. I'm just waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It appears that the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. We believe that the cut open the jewel and took the Aurora drop, that I can speak. This, so I suppose that doesn't help Barnes much since he had access to the key. I have a question for you, Mr. Dennis. Who has the key to the jewel case? I have it right here. I always carry the key to the jewel case on my person. I know that Barnes and a lot of time, but I still won't give him the kid this key. Got a testimony in our notebook. Not so Barnes and Dennis can access the key to the jewel storage room. Only Dennis has access to the key to the jewel itself. That valuable information, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. Mm, really, I thought I might be getting in the way. I'm glad to hear I could help. Aurora dropped meant to become a symbol of revival for Rhyme City. Anyway, I can count on you, Tim. Okay, anyway. Symbol of revival. Let's ask Dennis about that later. Okay, the thief cut open the case to steal the jewel, but they had the key to get the storage into the storage room. And the only people who can have access to the key is Dennis and Barnes, so it makes sense that police would expect Barnes. The key hasn't been used to unlock the storage room. Barnes wouldn't be near suspicion in the room in the in the in the first place. Why would he do that, knowing people would suspect him? He didn't think far ahead. In any case, based on what we found in the scene of the crime, couldn't be certain of anything just yet. We need to talk to Barnes and the other people in the mansion and hear what they have to say. Not just people in the Pokemon too. I'll interpret for them what we talk to them. Alright, I'm counting on you, Pikachu. Okay, now we got the our next steps figured out. Let's get interviewing everyone right away. Oh yeah. Let's get out of here. That was fast. Should we check it out? What did it say? Uh, 19, there's something on the floor by the window. Should we check it out? Yeah, we should. I just had to, make sure I'm, reading it properly.
Oh,
What's all this? Pokemon feathers. She looks like they scatter all over the floor, and the window, and the window's open. Maybe a Pokemon got in or out through here. Do you think it has anything to do with the case? Looks like. Look at this. One of the feathers is darker than the others. Right, the other 6 are lighter shade of blue. There's something about it. This is nagging me. Let's run down the stairs.
I see.
I'm just gonna skip through this. Alright, how about you? Hey, here we go. This guy.
Hello there, Detective Tim. Oh, I mean, Detective Goodman?
Who's Larry Turner? Who's this guy? Wait, are you detective, right? You are the detective, right? What, Mr. Dennis said at least. The name is way the proper enough. Sorry, my name is Larry Turner. I'm the member of the house staff. House staff, huh? Seems in over his head. If anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me if. You don't need to be formal with us. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Uh-oh, is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Barnes deals with the important guests. My main duties are taking care of Pokemon, managing the house, and groundskeeping. And I can handle all that, no problem. I don't know, this guy isn't exactly filling me in with confidence in his ability to do his job. Anyway, you wanted to ask me about what happened, right? I mean, you already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. I'm complaining or anything. Just what I want to don't want to remember what happened very well. Something attacked me outside out of nowhere and I blacked out. Something attacked him? So not the thief then. Can you tell me about that, Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. About the crime that took place. Right, so where to start? I was doing my job like normal today. I made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning around the mansion, that sort of thing. I think I was standing around the garden when it happened. So Ducklet out play out the window, out of a second story window. As I recalled, I wondered where she was going. And usually Ducklet just walks out the front door. Seemed weird to me. I went upstairs to see what's going on. That's when I saw the door to the jewel storage room was open wide. And if that was shocking enough, the moment I was to look inside, I suddenly got punched by a Pokemon. The next thing I knew, I was lying on a sofa and someone was training my wounds. Pokemon punched you? Yeah, I felt like I glimpsed a small red figure for just a moment. Based on the size, it couldn't be been human, so I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. I read Pokemon. Do you know what kind of Pokemon it was? No, I'm not really sure. It all happened so fast. I see. I'm sorry that happened to you. But I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. Haha. That's what the doctor said too. No Pokemon would want to steal the Aurora drop. It's possible the culprit ordered their partner Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punch down Turner. But Tim, now that we heard Turner's story, what do you think? We need to find Ducklet that flew out the window and that red Pokemon too. Yep, you got it. Not the culprit.
Excuse me?
Do you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon from nearby. Unfortunately, that's all I saw. I see. Can you think of any other details that might give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular comes to mind. I mean, Mr. Tennis is such a nice person. I never heard of holding a grudge against him. I was really surprised to hear Barnes is a suspect. I don't think Barnes is responsible. I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him. But honestly, I just can't believe it. Barnes is still showing me the ropes around here. He's such a great co-worker with a ton of experience. I mean, if you know Barnes before all this, could you never imagine him being a thief? About the Aurora drop.
Excuse me?
You know anything about the stolen jewel? The Aurora drop, never ever seen the thing. It's been shut up in the storage room since I was brought to the house. Of course, I know it was valuable at all. I assume that causing the argument between Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis said he was donating the Aurora drop. Seems like Mrs. Dennis is against that plan. They've been fighting about it almost nightly. Every night. It must really be a point of contention. I guess Mrs. Dennis didn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. So, the Aurora drop's been driving a wedge between the husband and wife, Okay.
Yes? You certainly don't look like you're with the police.
I guess this is the wife. Claudia Dennis. Yep, the wife. We detectives, Mr. Dennis asks us to investigate the incident that occurred here. Detectives. Oh, I suppose my husband didn't say something about that. My husband, that must be your Claudia Dennis, Sanjeev's wife. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind if we ask you some questions? I do mind actually. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved. What do you mean? The police said that Barnes is behind all of this. So the matter is settled. We heard that he's under suspicion. Yeah, yes, but we couldn't find it certain was Barnes who committed the crime. Just like my husband. Nothing you say will change the fact that Barnes is the culprit. Barnes's partner Ducklet was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. And you witnessed the crime. Barnes' partner Ducklet was involved in the crime. You look at it though as you don't believe me. What 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 you witnessed?
Excuse me?
And you drink. Is that true that you witnessed the crime? Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly. Huh? But I did witness some intemporal proof. What exactly did you see? At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Just then I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window. A bird Pokemon? Yes, I clearly saw a blue bird duck. It had to be been ducklet. We did find blue feathers near the window in the storage room, but those were ducklets. In hindsight, she was absolutely stealing the jewel. I heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic. A metallic sound. You know what have made that noise? No, I don't, but the storage room was range sack, wasn't it? So she must have been broken something in the act. I heard it confirmed that Douglas feathers found in the room. Isn't that proof enough that Barnes is the culprit? She's pretty darn convinced of her own theory. But it all based on metallic sounds and sights of flying blue bird Pokemon. Pretty flimsy if you ask me. Yeah, sorry Mrs. Dennis, but that information alone isn't enough to definitely prove Barnes is the culprit. Then hurry and find whoever it is and get that jewel back. Isn't that what my husband hired you for? I get she's upset, but she doesn't have to take it out on us. Yeah, that's true. About Barnes.
Excuse me?
Mr. Dennis seems confident that Barnes is innocent. Well, yes, I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting, especially when it comes to Barnes. Those two don't really trust each other that much. I told Barnes has been working here for a very long time. Much longer, in fact, than I've known Sanjeev. Sanjeev, I think that's his name. Suppose why that Barnes is always taking my husband's side. What do you mean by that? Whenever my husband and I have disagreement, Barnes inevitably sides with Sanjeev, even though I'm sure he believes he's been impartial. The lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. I get the feeling that Claudia's not a huge fan of Barnes. You think that's why she's so sure that he's the thief? But Ducklet.
Excuse me?
Can you tell me more about Ducklet? Douglas is Barnes' partner. She dotes on his tirelessly and always by his side. New testimony mentioned earlier that she might be involved in this crime somehow. Would it be capable of such a thing? Yes, she even helps Barnes out with his shopping. She certainly be capable of making with a jewel. Whether or not Douglas stole the jewel, one thing seems certain, that she really loves Spartans. But the Aurora drop.
Yes?
The Aurora drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. Mr. Dennis told me the same thing, but do you really understand? Can you even comprehend how valuable it is? Huh? I knew it. Just look at those blank expressions. And my face. My Pikachu. Oh my god, Pikachu. Hey, my faces always look like that. As it is, I'm not sure my husband understands the true value of that jewel. After getting his hands on something that so precious, why would he donate it to Rhyme City? So you're against the donating the Aurora drop. Of course I am. Treasures like that are meant to be paraded for the general public. He's shown prepared reserve, but quiet observation by a select few. Hard to imagine her quietly doing anything. Last one, and we're ending off the episode. Jessica Fable. Well, it's Fable, Mrs. Dennis's partner, apparently. Can I ask you a few questions? Well, what gives? No need to be so rude. What's wrong? Seems like she's real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive after the incident here. Okay, this will do it for today's episode of Detective Pikachu. We're saved. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back with more very shortly. And have a great rest of your guys' day.